What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good music, America. Kramzer here, along with Joe, my boy, coming at you with some hot takes and tasty cakes. Now, just some music news. And yeah, so news. What's going on? Elton John being honored by iHeartRadio. I think he's been a great ambassador as like a statesman of great music, whether it's rock, pop, singer-songwriter, whatever you want to call it. Really stands by a lot of newer artists, tries to get them like more in the spotlight. And yeah, they're paying it forward. So that is really cool. Does he deserve to be honored, Joe?
Oh, of course he does for his 1970s albums alone, but I do like the way he pushes new artists. He seems like he's pretty hip. He's pretty with it. He's not one of those like old stodgy rockers that's like, oh, music today, boo. We talked about it a couple episodes ago with Phoebe Bridgers, and yeah, he's a great guy. All honors should be bestowed upon Sir Elton.
Through albums of the year, we've kind of thrown his name out a lot when we're describing some of the album picks we have, like blah blah blah. Little Elton John in there kind of reminds me of Elton John, blah blah blah. It's always a compliment. But who do you think is kind of the modern or new Elton John, if there could be one, or at least someone who reminds you most of Elton John?
That's a great question. And off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that really takes that place. I mean, I guess you could actually say somebody like Lady Gaga, not musically so much, but sort of, larger than life, lots of different costumes, seems like she's bigger than just the music, very outspoken, always kind of pushing the envelope. So I'd say like culturally, probably someone like Lady Gaga. Musically, I don't know. I can't think of anyone. I mean, I guess you could say like Harry Styles, but I don't think he quite has the chops of young Elton.
Lady Gaga is a great call just because of like her dynamic and everything. When I hear the most Elton John in Father John Misty's music, and I'm really just going for pure like sounds like Elton, writes like Elton, especially on like pure comedy. I get just those, or maybe what you're saying is just really more like Bernie Taupin, but I think at times he really emulates a lot of Elton John. I don't think he's as good. Elton's a top 10 for me, but yeah, happy to see Elton get the love that he deserves. All right, later in June, Lady Gaga will be releasing the 10th anniversary of Born This Way, and it seems pretty cool because there's going to be a bunch of tracks from Born This Way that are going to be covered and reimagined by other artists. Are you excited for that?
I guess so. I like Born This Way. I think I gave it 4 stars. Not my favorite Lady Gaga. I think it was 3rd or 4th, but I think for the most part, it's a pretty solid album. It looks like the reimagined tracks will be Marry the Night, Judas, Highway Unicorn, You and I, The Edge of Glory, and Born This Way, country road version, whatever that means. But it looks like the hits will say Born This Way. So it'll be interesting to see who performs those and how they do it. I like covers albums. They don't appear on my, albums of the year often, but they're always interesting. And I like hearing other artists take on classic songs. So something to look forward to, sure.
Not my favorite album, obviously, if you saw the Lady Gaga video, but I'll definitely check it out. And then sadly, some rather breaking news. I believe this happened on Saturday night. But BJ Thomas, who I don't think we have ever mentioned, never been brought up on the channel, passed away after a battle with lung cancer, most famously known for the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, which I think is a pretty good song, but very sad. Seems like the kind of song that Jason would really like, so maybe he'll get in the comments and put his 2 cents in on there. Other stuff in the music news is all about live performances. Past weeks, months, we have just been littered with a ton of great festival lineups, and Joe and I are going to pick 5 of them and rank them for you real quick. If you're able to get to any of them, let us tell you which one we think will be the best. But all in all, touring is back. My Morning Jacket is touring. They'll be here in Chicago in the fall. St. Vincent announced that she's doing the Daddy's Home tour. Very, very, very exciting. I love it. One thing that while I was looking at all these festivals, the Boston Calling Festival was canceled. I believe it won't be back until 2022. But when I read the article, it said Boston Calling to return. And I read it as the band Boston was going to answer the call to come back and tour. And I was like, why can't we get them off the channel? Why are they always coming up? But alas, I read it incorrectly and let my demons overtake me and thought Boston was coming back. Probably just going to do their last 2 albums straight through for everyone to love them. But all right, Joe, lead us through these festival lineups. Which ones do you think are the best?
Well, the big 5 we're talking about today are Lollapalooza, which of course is in Chicago. It's in late July and August. We got Bonnaroo down in Manchester, Tennessee. That's in September. Pitchfork is in Chicago as well. You are just loaded with concerts, my friend. That's in September. You got Riot Fest, which also in Chicago, Douglas Park. That's in kind of mid-September. And then Austin City Limits, which I don't know where that is. Just kidding, that's in Austin. October 1st and 3rd and 8th through the 10th. So are they running it back twice in a row with the same artists? I don't know. All of these are, big 3-day events loaded with artists. They're all just, I would go to all of them if I could. If I had to rank them, because that is what we do on this channel. I think my number 1 is going to be Austin City Limits.
Number 1, your favorite?
Yeah, I'm doing ACL first. It's loaded. It has pretty much everybody. No, they're not. They're not doing like theme nights, but there's a really wide range of performers. On Friday, you got George Strait, Miley Cyrus. Then you have like Machine Gun Kelly and Black Pumas. I don't really care about Machine Gun Kelly, but the rest are pretty good. Moses Sumney, Erykah Badu, Bleachers. You got Billie Eilish on Saturday with Modest Mouse, Phoebe Bridgers. You got White Reaper, who I like. And then Sunday, you got Stevie Nicks, Erykah Badu again, I guess. Greta Van Fleet, St. Vincent, Band of Horses. So I like pretty much all of those. I think it'd be very cool. A lot of different kind of acts. You got the country, the rap, the R&B, the rock, the indie. So I'm digging that one. Riot Fest probably number 2, and that's loaded with bands specifically that Joe likes. Coheed and Cambria, Smashing Pumpkins, Faith No More, 9 Inch Nails, Mr. Bungle. I even kind of like, they got Newfound Glory, Simple Plan, some of those emo bands that I don't love, but I think would be fun to see. I bet they put on good shows. Dinosaur Jr., so Jason will be there, of course. After that, I think I'm going to go Bonnaroo, which has a bunch of good stuff. Foo Fighters, I'm wearing a shirt for some reason. Run the Jewels, Janelle Monáe, Deftones, Tame Impala, My Morning Jacket, Phoebe Bridgers, Incubus, Lana Del Rey. Just a whole heap of big name artists. Those 3 are pretty much tied. I don't know how I could really rank them because they all just sound incredible. Little further down the list is Pitchfork, although it has great artists kind of at the top. I don't really care about any of the sort of also people, but they do have Phoebe Bridgers, St. Vincent, Erykah Badu, Flying Lotus, and Thundercat, which are all great. And they got Cat Power, Eve's Tumor, Weather Station. So they're good. It's just a little, Pitchfork and I have our disagreements. So, but still solid. And I think coming in last, I got to go with Lollapalooza. Foo Fighters, Post Malone, Tyler, the Creator, Miley Cyrus, DaBaby, Journey, Jimmy Eat World, pretty good, but just kind of a hair under those other ones. Those are other ones are just completely loaded with artists that I would love to see. So there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer, but I think I'd go ACL, Riot Fest, Bonnaroo, Pitchfork, and Lollapalooza. My top 5 in order.
Lollapalooza is the one I'm least interested in. I have no plans to go to it. If I was offered a free ticket, I would take it. But yeah, Foo Fighters, Post Malone, Tyler the Creator, Miley Cyrus. Lollapalooza usually gears a little younger and more mainstream and poppier. Throwing in like Limp Bizkit really turns me off. I don't have to go to that stage, but I don't even want to hear it in the air. So, and that I've been to Lollapalooza a few times, and it's usually the most crowded and chaotic and annoying one. So I'm gonna go there as number 5. At number 4, I'm gonna go Austin City Limits, even though I would love to check out that festival and go to Austin in general. Other than maybe Billie Eilish, none of the headliners really catch my eye, and pretty much the rest of the supporting cast is also going to some of the other festivals. I am going to Riot Fest on Friday night. Overall, I'd rank that 3rd. Every night has someone that I would really love to see. Like Saturday's got Faith No More, Nine Inch Nails, and Pixies on Sunday. But a buddy of mine really wants to go see the Pumpkins, and Dinosaur Jr. is playing that day as well. So that'll be pretty cool. That's my number 3. My number 2 is going to be Bonnaroo, which we talked about before on the few episodes ago, but yeah, it's got a really good lineup. I specifically would love to go on Friday to see Janelle Monáe, and I think Primus would be cool to see for sure. Tame Impala on Saturday with Phoebe Bridgers and My Morning Jacket. Although, like I said, seeing My Morning Jacket live terrifies me because I really want old My Morning Jacket songs, and they probably won't do that. Sunday night with Lana Del Rey, I got to see her live before I pass on this mortal soil. So number 1's got to be Pitchfork. I think all 3 days are loaded. 3-day pass for me, going to all 3. Phoebe Bridgers, Big Thief Animal Collective on Friday. That's a hell of a trio for me. St. Vincent, Angel Olsen, Kim Gordon on Saturday. And supporting cast on Sunday is great. So it's the headlining with Erykah Badu and Thundercat, but Cat Power and new stuff like The Weather Station and Cassandra Jenkins, I really want to check out. So yeah, I wouldn't be unhappy to go to any of these festivals, and we're just so happy that everything's back. So that's how I would rank the 5. Are you going to get to any festivals, or at least in Pittsburgh, going to do like Blues Fest or anything like that?
I'd like to. I'm sure I will try to catch something. I don't know what exactly is coming to Pittsburgh. Probably not the best lineup. So I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll have to venture out to Chicago or Austin or something.
What about your band? Are you guys doing any shows upcoming?
We are, but I can't remember where or when. I think it's a little later down the road. I'll make sure to announce for all our Pittsburgh fans where I will be appearing. Do not come see me live.
All right. A glowing endorsement. So let's talk about what's upcoming for listography. Obviously on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, we've kicking off summer, kicking off June with fun. The Beach Boys. People have been wanting this one for a long time, and it took a long time to get ready for it because it is a long discography. But Tuesday is going to be the Beach Boys. The week after that, we're having a funeral for the Album of the Year series, and that week we'll be recapping the 2010s. We're also going to kind of recap Album of the Year in general, come out with some fun hidden stats. Maybe you can use these stats to figure out who the best Album of the Year selector was among us. After that, we've got the replacements. That'll be, in 2 or 3 weeks' time. And then after that, we're going to get back into some normal programming with polling you guys to see what you want us to do. We're going to do some of our own picks. So it'll be an interesting summer as well. One idea that we had that maybe you guys can give us some feedback on is thinking about maybe doing a month of a style and kind of examining some artists, the same genre or style, and maybe doing some in-depth looks into the style as well. But it's just an idea. New stuff. Obviously, the Beach Boys kicking my sun-bleached little ass here, but I did get a couple of new release listens in. Anything by you to offer in that?
Oh, I got a whole heap and load of new stuff I've been listening to. I don't know where all my time is coming from because I should be listening to the Beach Boys, but I have a couple I can talk about, including, we'll start from the bottom. 21 Pilots, their latest, Scaled and Icy, which I didn't hate. I thought I was going to hate it. It's not great. It's 3 stars, but the music's fine. I find their vocals, pretty annoying. Their music, at least on this one, was very kind of 80s, a lot of synths, not as bad. There was no rapping or anything like that, so I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Still only 3 stars. I also got, I went ahead and listened to the most popular album in America, Sour by Olivia Rodriguez. It's fine, 3.5 stars. Better than I thought it would be, although it's getting very good reviews. I think they're just trying to pick up the millennial or the whatever, millennial, teens, tweens, whoever's listening to this album. Z's, yeah, the Generation Z. It's fine, 3.5 stars, better than I thought, but very kind of typical. There's nothing exceptional about it. She's very millennial in her words, and it's all about sort of relationships, and I just don't care really that much, but it's pleasant enough. Also on my list at 3.5 stars, got a lot of 3.5 stars. I got Ramble On by Charlie Marie, kind of classic old school country. Fine, it's a nice kind of throwback country without any hints of like modern kind of bro pop country, which was fine. I got the Vision video, 3.5 stars for that, which you talked about last episode. Very 80s goth pop. It's fun, a little too derivative for my taste. I also got Seeking New Gods by Gruff Rice. I'm not sure exactly how. Rhys. I don't know how you say it.
Reese, yeah.
Gruff Reese. Yes, he was the lead singer of Super Furry Animals. He's got a solo album. Not bad. 3.5 stars. I feel like Jason likes him.
Yeah, it's a first name, last name.
Yeah.
It's a guy, exactly. Singer, songwriter, first name, last name.
Jason's Cup of Tea. And then I got a couple 4 stars, and this one probably won't stay at 4 stars because it's very catchy, and like it's one of those songs or albums you really like at first, and then probably doesn't have enough depth to stay at 4 stars. But got Harmony House by Dayglow. I've never heard of this guy, but it's kind of like modern yacht rock with a little disco, a lot of big synths and disco beats and stuff. And I got 2 more, Jane Weaver with Flock, who I never heard of before. It starts out synth pop and gets pretty experimental by the end, but I dug it. A British artist. Never heard of her, but apparently getting rave reviews over in Britain. 4 stars there.
Jane Weaver. Is that Dreamweaver or Jane Weaver?
Jane Weaver, not Dreamweaver. That's something different. And finally, 12 songs about loneliness by Bantug, who Jason randomly threw out. Like that, 4 stars. Maybe my favorite of the year so far, but things usually go down a little bit if I listen to them a bunch. But right now it's up there with Daddy's Home and Typhoons and JT for top of the year so far. So a lot of new ones. Doing a lot of new listening lately.
That's good. I only got 2 in recently, but I'm still pretty much on pace to end the year right around where I usually do. One good one, one not so good one. The not so good one by Chai, an album called Wink. I like their previous 2019 release. I did not like this one very much. 2.5 stars. There are definitely some things I like about it, but if I'm being very forthright, it's just annoying to listen to at times. It's very chirpy, very kind of goofy. A lot of the electronic stuff just gets repetitive, and it's just like nails on a chalkboard a little bit at times. At times it's really like danceable and fun. They are a terrific live act, by the way. I've seen them live. Very good. But this one really just kind of falls flat and just kind of sounds like background clothes shopping music that you would hear at like H&M or something, and that's about it. I don't really think it gets much better than that. But an album that I did like quite a bit and surprised the hell out of me, because it might be my favorite of theirs. because I think it's one of only 2 4-star albums I've given them, and that's going to be the Black Keys with Delta Cream. A lot of their older stuff, has the same sound that's on this one, the rock revival, very bluesy, old school, but there's much less focus on the songwriting here. I mean, they used to be pretty good at writing like catchy hooked rock songs. And this one is just really about the playing, but it never goes off the rails and it never drags on too long like a lot of blues compositions do. There's always interesting stuff going on behind it in the rhythm section, not just the same thing just to be a vessel for soloing. But yeah, I really thought this album as a whole was really good. 4 stars. The playing is great. It's got that just cool, laid back, sexy blues vibe to it. None of the songs really jump out as like standalone greats to me, but it's the sum of the parts is greater than the parts on their own is that kind of album. So great listen start to finish. I think a lot of people out there would like it. Delta Cream by Black Keys, an artist that probably produces stuff too often right now for us to do their listography, because as soon as we do it, it's just going to be irrelevant probably a year later anyway. They usually put stuff out every 2 years, so it's tough to do those artists, but we should probably talk about them a little bit more than we do.
We kind of glossed over them. We had a lot of commenters throwing in Black Keys records, but I don't think any of them ever even got a mention in our album of the years.
No, they don't really have anything close to my top 20. But they're not, I like their stuff. It's always like 3 to 4, just good to really good at times, but they never really blow me away. Even when they first got popular, like 10 years ago or whatever, I thought it was cool, but I wasn't pining for rock revival. I'm glad it happened. It's cool. But, it was a savior for some people. I would probably say I like Dan Auerbach more as like a producer and just like a member of the rock community more than this group, but that's just me. I mean, the guy did one of my favorite albums ever, and yours too, Ultraviolence. What more could you want? Lana Del Rey rules. All right, everybody, let us know what festivals you're pumped for. Maybe rank the ones that we're looking at as well. And get ready for Beach Boys Week. That's coming up. And then you got a little bit of a break after that with the recap week again. Then the Replacements, which is already locked and loaded, ready to go. Recorded it a while ago, and we will finally release it to the public in a few weeks. Friday, the last album of the year until we do 2021, which will be at the end of this year, 2021. So it'll be an annual show, not a weekly show, but we'll have stuff to replace it sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check out our social media presence in the description below. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for Good Music America. Take care. Bye-bye.